Paintball is a high-paced and colourful sport where the action comes thick and fast. It's like a high-stakes version of tag, where the aim is to capture the opposition's flag. It can be played with as few as 2 people or as many as 500, with games lasting anything from a few minutes to a day. But in the National League, it's a highly professional team sport with high-tech equipment. The country's best players and a purpose-built home in Ancaster near Grantham.
We've relocated the Paintball Association's home ground to Ancaster, over in the east. There was various issues with the previous location. We couldn't develop it as fast as what we needed to for the growth of the sport. This really is a temporary fixture where we are now, not too far away from here, across the other side of this site, is a planned development for next year. The forecast budget is in excess of £300,000 to develop a venue which we hope is going to be attractive not only to UK paintballers but to the international scene as well. We want to start getting the Americans across, and we know they're going to Europe anyway. There's a very big paintball sporting machine in America, and when they come to the UK we want them to come and look at this, and we're going to have the only purpose-built, dedicated paintball sports venue in Europe at this location.
The Paintball Association National League is divided up into 4 divisions of some 11 teams who have travelled to Ancaster from as far afield as Exeter in the south of England, Bridgend in Wales and Livingston in Scotland. The league is played over 6 rounds, and in each round all the teams within a division play each other. Points are gained for taking the flag, hanging the flag and eliminating players. Similarly, points are deducted as players are marked. The maximum point score for any game is 100, and at the end of the season, teams can be either relegated or promoted. Average game time is 2 minutes 30 seconds, so the action is fast and furious. The scoring and statistics are precise and accurate, and the teams and players themselves are becoming more and more professional. It's not the Premier League, but it aspires to be. Illustrated by the sport's first ever closed season player transfer. Chris Latham moved from Mancunian to Blackpool Inferno for an as yet undisclosed fee.
Since the season finished, the manager quit and was transferred. I transferred him to a different team, and I took over the management role with Mancunian. We've got a brilliant team. I mean, we've transferred 3 players to Inferno, but we've still got a cracking team. We've got some excellent players, so I'm positive that we're going to do really well this year.
We've managed to, what's the word we're looking for here, make a couple of key signings. There's 3 guys, Chris Latham, Al Woods and Paul Woods. We had words with them. They wanted to make a move. I had to have a word with the managerial side of Mancunian. We struck a deal, we shook hands on it, all very well, and that's exactly how the paintball's supposed to be. Those lads, of course, have got to fit into an existing squad, which is difficult. Some teams have obviously built over many years. We've been going for 3 years to try and bring 3 new guys into the team already. It's difficult, but it'll happen. It's over 6 legs. We're all right.
Rob's team, Inferno, were pipped to the post last year by arch rivals Birmingham Phoenix, but with new star players drafted in, and Rob now in the managerial role, expectations are high. After finishing 2nd last year, nothing less than top spot will do.
We have to be up there. We came 2nd last year. I was happy with 2nd. Obviously I want to be 1st. I want to win everything. We're very competitive. My players are very competitive. I've stepped out of the playing circle this year. I've got to keep my sponsors happy, I've got to keep my team happy, I've got to do so much that I can't concentrate with doing that and playing at the same time. Exactly like any professional sport.
This is how the teams finished in Division 1 last year. It all went down to the very last game of the last round. And let's hope we get such a close finish this year. The same teams are all back, but they're going to have to take on one of the best teams in the UK, the London Tigers, who have joined the fray with a wealth of experience and talent.
The London Tigers are a very good team. They play a lot of international competition, and they've taken some of their focus off the domestic scene in previous years. But they've kind of recognised now that the domestic scene really needs the best teams playing it, so that the younger players coming into the sport have got something to aspire to, and they can come down here and they can watch these guys play. And when they do start playing, they've got a chance of actually now going out there, going head to head with these guys. So it's made a big difference having this calibre of team enter the league and actually show the younger players, what they can aspire towards.
So let's join our commentators for the first game. It's Mancunian versus Birmingham Phoenix.
Alongside me is Jamie Brandon from Sloth Stuff Paintball. The first game we're going to see, Manchester against Birmingham. Now, Manchester in the blue, Birmingham in the grey and red. So just think opposite of Premiership football and you'll get them right. This should be quite a decent match.
Yeah, it should be actually. Manchester Uni are a very good team. They've broken out really strong in this game, taking some really far up bunkers, putting a lot of pressure on Birmingham Phoenix straight away. It'd be interesting to see how long this game actually lasts. It looks like they're taking some very good positions early on. For example, the two centre 50 bricks, which are halfway along the field, which puts them in a very good position to get some good shots on Phoenix.
Let's just go through some of the basics, Jamie, for those who haven't paintballed. 7 on the team. What are the main objectives, and how does the scoring work, basically?
Well, basically, the main objective is to shoot out all the opposition members of the team. That way they can then get the flag, which is in the centre, take it to the other end of the field, and score their points. It basically breaks down that it's 5 points for every player they shoot, and 65 points for getting the flag to the opposition's base camp first without losing any bodies.
Okay, so basically 100 maximum if you manage to get that flag, shoot the opposition and emerge unscathed yourself.
Exactly.
And Manchester have won this one, and in pretty quick time too, Jamie.
Yeah, they have, incredibly quick actually, I think for the loss of only one player, which gives them a total of 99 points.
Flying start then for Manchester. We're going to pick it up with Blackpool versus the London Tigers. The Tigers are a new team. They actually play in the US as well, where paintball is pretty big.
Yeah, they've actually been playing out in the US for quite some time now. They're not so new to paintball, but more new to this league itself. They're a very good team, in fact, and they should do very well this game. There goes Warren Maxwell, actually taking a shot on the leg. Judges pulled him out.
And those marshals are constantly watching. If someone gets shot and doesn't realise, then they're there on the spot and get them out the game.
Yeah, that's the idea. I mean, for the most part, the onus is on the player themselves to pull themselves out. But obviously, there are places you can get shot where it's very difficult to tech if the ball's actually broken on you, or you may not even feel it. So it's very important for the judges to be there, and also to make sure that nobody cheats and plays on.
We mentioned that London are new to the league. We should mention also that Blackpool have signed 3 Manchester players, which is pretty rare, and this should be a really cracking contest.
Yeah, a lot of teams actually tend to be quite locked down with the players they have in their teams. It's quite a close-knit sort of thing being a paintball team, and it's very rare for players to generally jump between teams. A lot of times players will move up divisions to move to a sort of bigger team, but it's very rare for teams to have players to move in between teams at the same sort of level.
So victory for the London Tigers. We can check the final positions at the end of round 1. Manc Union ahead of the Tigers and Birmingham Phoenix. Wendy Jones' prediction was right. Manc Union are as strong as ever, despite losing some players, including her husband.
We won our division, we got first place, and of course he's moved to a different team, and they didn't. They got third, I think, so yeah, it should be fun on the way home.
In Division 2, Nottingham Nitro lived up to expectations, finishing top of the table. And in Division 3, top spot went to Manchester Extreme, their only loss being against No Limit Bridgend, who finished in 3rd. Leicester Wildcats dominated Division 4, no losses and a massive starting total of 971.
It's reached a stage now where it's getting faster and faster. The rate of progress, the skill level of the teams is accelerating. They're getting better so much quicker. The whole scale of the event is getting that much bigger, and it's really taken on a life of its own. It's almost like we're on a bit of a sort of helter-skelter ride, and everyone's just hanging on now. We've kind of pushed it over the edge, and it's taken on a momentum and a life of its own. And it's a very exciting time to be in paintball in the UK right now.
Join us later in the programme. We're back in Ancaster for further action from round 2 of the Paintball Association